phone, we would kindly appreciate if you could return it or hand it in to a member of Hoopsfix staff. That's the ones in a black t-shirts. All-Star Classic logo. Phone belongs to Ashara, the lovely Ashara. If you do find the phone, please give it back to her. She's on the home screen. She's on the home screen. So if you see a phone with a pretty lady on the home screen, please return it. There's a phone there. There's a phone there.
I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. But the voices in my head go. But the voices in my head go. Voices in my head go. Voices in my head go.
She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it clap for it. She let it clap for it. And she throw it back for it. Yeah, she throw it back for it. Micah Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard. Micah Mary. Billie Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard.
Yeah, you know who put the city on. Came back through Rogo, they Peter, so I'm really on. Get rich or die trying, I had 50 on. Just ringing out my phone like, is you really home? I stay out the way since I done seen a million. 5% tension, plus I got this hoodie on. I had to hubble up, stop moving with that jury on. You hear that baritone, get deep ass giddy on. I'm a sidewalk, I'ma stay there. I leave the streets for the ones that wanna play there. Like a daycare, I'm the Carolina, now I'm no Shakespeare. All that cat you let
Teams for the benches for your team talk. The last event of the day. It's been incredible so far. And we're about to introduce our teams onto the floor. About to make their way onto the floor. I need to know though.
Hello and welcome back to Crystal Palace. We have the final event of the day. We have the men's All-Star Classic here at Hoopsfix. It promises to be a thrilling afternoon.
It really does, and I think the women's game set the tone. This men's game has a lot to follow, but so much talent from both domestically and overseas on the floor. Super excited to see who can etch their name on that MVP trophy as well and write their name in the history books.
Well, they're just introducing the teams to the crowd here in Crystal Palace. They've been off getting ice lollies in the crowd, and it's a definite must-have round here. But we're, as I say, just going to do team introductions. It's like we said with the women, this is the best of the best from this age group in Great Britain.
It really is. So you got some standout performers from across the EABL. You've got players that have plied their trade in both Division 1 in the NBL and BCB, and then we've got those that are coming back from high school and prep schools in the US. That these are the best 24 players at this age group at U19.
And of course, they all want to show out. They all want to be here, and then when they're here, they want to take the stage.
They do, and the event in the past has been such a platform for players to go on to that next step, to make more of a name for themselves, for more coaches at the higher levels in the professional ranks and the US college game to take note. And so all of them are going to be motivated and driven to try and show out and like I said, put their name on the MVP trophy as they can do. And we know from the women's game, both those two teams really competed. It might be an all-star game, but neither team wants to be on the losing side. And both red and black teams are really going to get after it for 40 minutes.
And again, the other thing we talked about in the women's game, how the coach's job is to give everybody some time, but also try and find units that work or groups that work together.
Yeah, and they get half an hour or so in the morning to do a walkthrough and to get to know each other. And there'll be some of these guys that have played national teams at both England under 14, 15, and GB 16s and 18s together. But for the most part, they spend their seasons going at each other and competing on a weekly basis in both the academy leagues on a Wednesday and then national league on a weekend. And so for some of them, it'll be the first time that they're playing with each other. And I mean, historically, the game has been very one-on-one heavy and very offensive driven. But like we just saw in the women's game, both teams started defensively and actually fueled them on the offensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a real showcase of what just is the best of British hoops.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. The women's game is 79-74, which is a relatively low-scoring contest. It's like a normal basketball game rather than an all-star game where, you know, defense is not top of the list, but it certainly was from there. Be interested to see if the men follow suit.
Yeah, we found ourselves talking about missed free throws and offensive rebounds in an all-star game. But they really did compete, and you could see that it meant a lot to them, and some standout performances. Chloe Vela taking home MVP honors with a 16.17 rebound game. Who's going to be the one that steps up and does this from these two men's teams right now? Really intrigued to see that unfold.
Well, I guess the other thing, the interesting challenge for the coaches is to pick that starting lineup, because you've got to think about, you know, some people react really positively to that, but also what groups do you think might work together coming off the bench as well? Yeah,
and you're also going to have so many players on either side that have had such great seasons. You've got EABL MVPs, you've got Division 1 Under-19 Player of the Years on either side, and actually finding a balance, finding something that works is going to be a really interesting challenge. And I think on either side with the coaches, with Lewis Scott on one side and then Danny Hildreth on the other, they're both going to be trying to find lineups that work, and they're going to be experimenting as the game goes along, hoping to find that lineup that, if you're in that close game, last 4 minutes, that you can rely on and bring you home.
Which is exactly what we saw in the women's game, and we'd sign up for another one exactly like that, wouldn't we, right now?
It's I think the only thing at this point, Dan, that'll get me through this heat here at Crystal Palace. I'm excited. I think this is always, we've said it throughout the broadcast, the unofficial start of the summer calendar in British basketball. And with this last event, after the 3-on-3, the women's all-star game, and then the dunk contest just before, let's hope that we can really finish the day on a high.
And again, the other thing that plays into is the nature of this game is that you get short bursts anyway, but in this heat, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, you're not going to see anybody going for longer than 3-4 minutes in a stint, because both coaches have to get all 12 players an opportunity to play. It is a celebration of their season. But also in this heat, I don't think you could go any longer than 3 or 4 minutes. And for some of them that may be heading off to national teams over the summer with the U18s, it could be a great conditioner in pre-season for them before they head off to European countries where this is the norm on a day-to-day basis. And you know some of those gyms don't have AC exactly like we don't here.
Well, it's 30 degrees outside. It's even warmer inside here. And the crowd getting pumped up as the fives get set to come down. Whether you say this is the end of the season or the start of the summer, it doesn't matter. This is the only place to be at the end of May. The Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2026 version. We've seen some absolutely superstars of British basketball come through in the previous 11 editions of it. I'm sure some of the names of these young men out there we will be talking about in 10 years from now, playing at a very high level.
Yeah, you've had players like Quinn Ellis, Cameron Hildreth come through this and play on this highest stage. We were saying before when we were chatting between games, it's so cool 5 or 6 years down the line to be able to see some of these players going into their pro career and seeing what they achieve in the US collegiate system. That actually you wonder as we get ready for tip-off here, who is going to be that next player? Who's the next one that we're going to talk about?
Here we go then. Ball is up. We're underway in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2026. The lob towards Trezvand is deflected away, and that will go back to Team Black.
I snuck in and had a little watch of the walkthroughs this morning for either team, and Team Red definitely spent some time working on those lob sets to Zach Trezvand, so no surprise that's what they want to start with.
Just driving to the rim, doesn't get it to go. Gas gets it back, fires up the three, rims out. Trezvand on the offensive glass. Babalola looking for three, and way off the mark.
Both teams just settle in a little bit to the game. You're always going to step out on that floor with a little bit of nerves, but also extremely excited to compete in the ball game. And so it's no surprise the first few possessions a little bit scrappy to start.
Oh, nice little step through, sort of trying to speed down there by to lay it in.
Yeah, Kirby Mabaya out of Barking Abbey, known for slashing to the rim and getting easy scores at the front of the rim.
Singly kicks it out. Offensive rebound for Team Red. Singly trying to back down, steps through, radar off on that one. Babalola with the offensive rebound, he puts it back.
Great finish from the Manchester basketball product. Someone who came through that Manchester Magic system and then has played SLB minutes this year for Manchester basketball.
By looking for three off the mark. Again, good offensive work, offensive rebounding work. Round fires up the three, back iron, comes all the way back to him. Boyotis gives it back to Round. He's going to shoot the three. All right, joins the front of the net.
Neither team shy to start the ball game.
Babalola just about keeps possession of that. Lobbed up towards Trezvand. They crowded him out again. And Baye attacking the rim is fouled. Nice follow, it won't count. It'll be 2 free throws.
Yeah, Andrew Wakolo straight off the dunk contest where he was eliminated in the first round trying to make up for it, but referee's whistle had already gone, and Kirby Mabaya will head to the free throw line. Someone, as I was saying before, is playing at Barking Abbey, but also represented GB and England across the age groups. And someone that isn't shy to events like this, having been a part of the Jordan brand, The One, which is the one-on-one tournament competition. He actually won the European qualifier and went off to compete in the US. Had his name on a billboard in Times Square, which not many British under-19 players could say they've done.
Walton will bring it forward for Team Red.
Now, this is a matchup I'm really intrigued to see. Round against Walton. We saw each other this year in Division 1 when Manchester faced Solent.
Well, Walton's going to fire up the three. Three ball's not dropping as yet in this game. Wakolo. So the turnaround goes high over the 7-footer.
Tough, very tough move. Patience and the spin to create separation and get it up and over the outstretched arms of Trezvand.
Babalola again lobbing. They're trying to throw that lob to Trezvand. They've crowded him out. Wakolo off and running, lays it home.
Yeah, you just have to let that come within the flow of the ball game, I think.
Babalola, Asingle in the corner, knocks it down.
Great corner hit for Olivier Asingle, product out of Myerscough Academy. Had a great season with them, winning the EABL championship.
Stolen away. Numbers here. Trezvand has it, drops it off, and Asingle lays it in. think Tresvant wanted it back there.
Yeah, he'll be having words with his Myerscough teammate after that one. He definitely wanted that back in transition.
Vorliotis for 3 off the mark. Rebound Walton. Gas. Singley. Short on the 3.
This pace has really been frantic from both teams.
Nice pass. Through the contact. Kohler will go to the line for 2.
We really saw both teams in the women's game get up and down and play in transition, which is natural in an all-star game like this, but these guys are trying to follow suit. We see early subs for Team Red, just like we expected within the first 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, I think both teams were trying to get players in like a minute ago, but the game didn't stop. They were just up and down. Wakolo at the free throw line. Makes the first, breaks the tie.
We're heading out to Andrews Osborne Academy for next season out in the US after just finishing 2 years with Kohler, the City of London Academy. Someone who I would expect hopefully to be involved in national teams this summer.
Good work to steal that back. Mackey can't convert. Tipped off the rim to Babalola. Babalola just overthrowing that a little bit for Gas. Bishop a little too keen to get into the game there.
He's just spent a year out in the US at a prep school, and I feel like the substitution rules might be a little bit more lax out there than they are here. Referees telling him just to relax. Don't know what they do at AZ Compass out in the US.
Mackey. Mbaye. He's going to fire up the 3. That is short. Babalola with the rebound. Numbers here. Lobbed up and jammed in. Super fast break from Team Red.
And Kohler to Kohler connection as Gas throws it up for Banjoko to hammer home. And you feel for Kirby Mabaya, his shoe had come off, so he couldn't track back in transition. But that gave up the lob in the first highlight play of the Classic.
Got to tie them laces a bit tighter. Mbaye keeps it for himself. Rosette now looking to create with the handles. Pass is deflected, comes back to him. Can't quite score. Mendes with the rebound. Banjoko out and running. Oh, he throws it off the back of the rim. Bishop at the other end. He lays it home.
End-to-end basketball. It was a hell of a pass from Mendes to Banjoko. Had his opportunity to get a second dunk.
Nice speed right through the lane for McAllister.
He's definitely known for his ability to get downhill and attack the rack like that. He's been doing it all season for the Sussex Storm.
Maya a little overcooked on that one. Buda couldn't quite keep it in play. Team Black ball from the side. They trail by 1. Just past the midpoint, the opening quarter here. Here's Bishop. Off the mark. Zabuda with the rebound. And the crossover. Kicked out to the corner. Mendes nearly got an offensive rebound. That deflected out of bounds off Mbaye, so it will be a red ball on the end.
This battle between Mendes and Bishop's a really juicy one. Willie Bishop, someone that's a little year younger, but coming in the game with something to prove.
Kufu short on the 3. Spin into the middle, floats one up and in.
Such a hard cover. Tizan Rajette, just shifty guard, gets into his handles, gets into his bag, and can finish at the rim, can finish from mid-range, can shoot it from three. He's such a difficult cover.
Tough shot off 1 foot from Zaruda. Mendez with the strength on the offensive rebound, sticks it back. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
And not afraid to let Bishop know about it either, with the flex and the stare down afterwards. Mendez has had a great year over at Barking Abbey. Part of the British Team of the Year and Team of the Year in Division 1 men. And also no stranger to Hoopsfix. He played in the select squad at the 2025 Niners Winter Tournament.
Converts the three-point play. McKee. Oates trying to feed it inside, but it's picked off. Mendez running the middle, does well just to keep it in play, but finds Mackey with it. It's stolen right back, is it? No. Still Black Havoc. Clement down the middle and lays it in off the glass.
We're all tied up at 14. These two teams are back and forth.
Akufu trying to take off from the free throw line again.
Yeah, we saw him do that about 20 minutes ago in the dunk contest, but no stranger to a highlight play. Nabina Akufu, someone that's spent the last year out in the US, but been involved in the NBA Basketball Without Borders camp, and one of the most athletic prospects I think we've seen out of GB in a long, long time.
First free throw off the mark. The second one is good. Breaks the 14-14 tie. Puts red on top. Sanchez brings it forward. Mackey. Short on that one. McAllister does enough to get red the ball. Zaruda. Nice pass. And Majoko's been lively so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, he really has, and he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in the EABL, but it's his offensive game that he's showing off at the moment.
Well, speaking of offense, there's a three from Calvin Oates.
CBL Finals MVP. So many award winners out on the floor that are going back and forth.
McAllister taking it to the rim, unable to finish. Well, Oates this time gives it inside to Bishop for two. Foul call. Clement the offender, so it'll be a sideline ball. Red are going to make some changes with Hoffman and Curran checking in.
Yeah, and like we said, both coaches already rotating pretty heavily, trying to get as many guys into the game as they possibly can do. Give them all an opportunity to see the floor early on, but so to deal with the heat in this place, because the more people coming through the door, the more we've been playing. I feel like the hotter it keeps getting.
Zaruda for three, off the mark. 2 to play in the first. Sanchez out in front. Backs out to the three-point line and knocks it down.
Sanchez, guard out of Myers Go. Had a hell of a season with them, winning the EABL championship, super finalist in the EYBL, and he's a big part of the success that they've had over in that program over the last couple of years.
Almost came up with the steal as well, knocked it out of bounds. Duru into the game. Well, just had a toe on the line there. Didn't go for the long-range shot. Hoffman didn't quite get behind the line either, but that came short as well.
A couple of subs coming in, taking early shots. During the season as a coach, you'd be asking them why in that moment, but Now, in an all-star game like this, you want them to get
gotta
going
get
as quickly as they can do.
Sideline ball. Knocked away from Bishop. It will stay with Black.
Definitely looking to get it inside to Bishop as much as possible, Team Black, and someone that is known for his interior scoring.
Mackey under pressure, but still able to lay it in.
Great fake, great finish through contact. The red straight back down the other end.
Great work from Sanchez to knock it loose, but it will be a red ball.
Yeah, it was a great finish from Sean Mackey, someone who previously played for Sussex Storm, but he's been out in the US at Lee Academy this year. Been involved in various different national teams. Under-17 Player of the Year in the CBL 2 years ago with that Holy Trinity program over at Sussex, and now getting the opportunity to play for Danny Hildreth again. I'm sure that's a special moment for the both of them.
Sanchez for three, knocks it down. He's certainly made an impact. Zabuda down the middle, two-handed throwdown.
No help side rotation in an all-star game. Zabuda straight to the rack.
Mackey through heavy contact will shoot two.
Yeah, he's been extremely aggressive. We're trying to get downhill and to the basket as much as possible. Someone who's known for his shooting ability, but right now he's trying to put pressure on the rim as much as he can do.
Well, Black out to potentially a double-figure lead here if these two go in. There's a pretty even start to the contest, but Red have kind of been stuck in the last couple of minutes. Scores were level at 17. In fact, Red even led by 3, 17-14, so it's 15-2 since then.
Yeah, like we were saying before, Dan, I think in a game like this, you just want to keep it close. How close can you keep it going into those last few minutes? You've got everybody the opportunity to play, and then you put what out you think is the best 5, and you really try and give it a go. So I'm sure Lewis Scott and his assistant, Mike Bernard, they'll be thinking about what lineups can they put out there to keep this close heading into the halftime break after the next quarter.
Guru can't get it to go. Sanchez will let that go out of bounds because it's a black ball. Mackey into the key, knocks it down. Well, I think there was a play called there, but he was just like, I'll just go and score.
Yeah, it's an all-star game. These guys want to have an opportunity to show out.
Not quite on the buzzer from Hoffman, but that was the last 4 minutes, just all Team Black. They pulled out to a 12-point lead, and if you think back, at 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, it was a 3-point lead for Red. They've just steamrolled them.
They have, yeah, and frantic pace from both teams. I think that's one thing that Lewis Scott will be talking to his team now is let's try and find some good, easy scores to just chip away and keep this within reach. One of the things they're going to have to look at is how do you slow down Sean Mackey. He got going, a couple of easy scores, a couple of pull-ups. He's someone that's a scoring threat for that team. But you look across the board and it's pretty even scoring from everybody on Team Black. Only 3 players yet to be on the board, and we saw that in the women's game too.
It was exactly the same, wasn't it, in the women's game? 3 players didn't score in the first quarter. Everybody else did. They got a 12-point lead in the first quarter. They were able to keep Red at bay. Will that play out again here in the men's game? Well, the teams are about to make their way out onto court, but there's a little one-on-one going on. They got 2 people out of the crowd.
There's got to be a T-shirt or something on the line for this one.
Well, that surely is. Oh, there's a $10 move with a $1 finish.
Maybe we need a campaign for a commentator's one-on-one.
Well, yeah. I don't fancy my chances somehow.
I don't fancy mine either.
You have a ball in your hands a lot more regularly than I do these days, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it stretches about as far as the occasional shooting competition with some of our academy guys. I think anything where I'm actually having to step inside the three-point line is a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm old, but I've commentated on at least 3 dads of this team. So here I think it's my days of being out one-on-one are a long time ago. Underway here in the second quarter. Oates. Mitchell drives, kicks. Oates, tough one for 3. A singlet. Oh, Dura had the position but lost the ball. He had the mismatch. He used his size and didn't catch the ball.
Man, that would have been a great, easy scoring around the rim, and it's the kind of opportunity you'd expect Larry Duru to be all over after the season that he's just had, leading scoring in the EABL for the Birmingham Rockets.
The shot clock wasn't ticking. Refs always reffing, even in a game like this, and they're looking for the shot clock. Make sure it's ticking, even though we've had 8-second offenses every time down.
I've used my one rant for the day. I'm going to stay quiet.
Hoffman running the floor, misses the layup, and the follow is there. Well, needed a little help from his friends. But Babalola was on cleanup duty. Babalola with the rebound.
And it takes him to an early 4 points, 5 rebounds, Babalola.
Curran. Hoffman at the elbow, had to go high. It was a good challenge. Clement goes behind the back, down the lane, and the finish.
Such a strong move, and the way he used his body to get back to his right hand and keep the defender at bay. High-level move from Clement.
Curran misses the 3. Knocked away from Polo, but he's able to recover. Polo now for 3, back iron. Long rebound comes out to Oates. Clement now in the spot. He misses. Hoffman gets the rebound.
And Red done a good job so far to keep Black to 2 points to start the quarter. They just got to find some scores at the other end.
Current stumbling through the lane, can't convert. Clement. Pass is deflected. That's going to stay with Team Black.
And again, just the defensive activity from Team Red, led by Jakob Hoffman. Putting the body on the line to try and get the deflection, get the loose ball, get Red an opportunity to get out in transition. We've seen them have success there already, just like we did in the women's game. They had more success in transition. I'm sure Team Red are trying to do the same.
Oates for 3. Hoffman just about comes in with it, but throws it off the back of Tresman. That was a turnover waiting to happen. Clement, it's good defense, force him back out. Oates for 3, halfway down, Hoffman with the rebound.
Olivier Singlay, sorry, looking like they're getting him into one of the lob sets.
Or just take it to the rim.
High-level decision on pick and roll to turn the corner. Saw the defense part, went straight to the rack, and it's back to a 10-point game.
Clement too long on the three. Here's Trezvan. Pass is deflected and just kept in play by Babalola, who drives hard and will shoot two.
Yeah, that's such a great matchup. Babalola against Wakolo. Two athletic, long wings, both capable of putting the ball on the floor and attacking the basket with such vigor.
Both teams making changes. Big crowd here as ever at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center for the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. Babalola off the mark for the first free throw. Second one is good. Gets it back into single figures. Round. Probing by Mitchell. Misses the three. Two Reds in each other's way. Curran comes up with it. Curran finds a gap through the defenders. Gets it. Oh, it was a good idea from Trezvan. Curran couldn't just pull it in.
A great handle from Curran to evade two defenders and find a way to get downhill. He's been a bright spot for Charnwood Riders this year, playing in Division 2 and the EABL North.
Well, he's forced a turnover here. Babalola wants the alley-oop. It doesn't come. Curran throws it in.
Yeah, just like that, we're back to 7. Like we said, Red just chipping away and trying to stay as close as they can do.
Well, stolen away again. Curran out in front. Bai sizing him up. Well, Trezvan jams it in, but the foul was called first.
It's one of those where I want to take the headset off and say, come on, Kirby, let them go and get the highlight off the backboard, but these guys aren't going to give up an opportunity to try and get a stop. And it'll be Curran that heads to the free throw line. Yet to score in the ball game.
And that remains the case. It's on the board now. They got it down to 6 here, Red. And another turnover by Black and a chance to run. Trezvan's out there, comes back to Babalola instead. And it's going to be timeout, Team Black here. They have been outscored at the start of this second half. And, well, really impressive start by Team Red. 10-2 run to cut it, and it's the 2 that's the problem for Black. They keep turning the ball over.
Yeah, but I also think that's down to the level of pressure that Team Red have come out in this quarter to hold them to 2 points in just 4.5 minutes. It is a great example. They've been trying to get to deflections. You've seen bodies on the floor. Yeah, Black just got to be a little bit tighter with the ball, less turnovers, and Red have been great in transition. So those live ball turnovers are killer. And we know, we've been talking about it all day long, both teams want to get out in the open court in games like this because you get an opportunity to get your highlight and your dunk, and you see it all over social media, so they want to run. You have to take care of the ball.
Well, Team Red already with 9 points off turnovers. And I think all of them have been in this quarter, to be honest with you. It feels like it. Maybe they got one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you also kind of expect it in a game like this because, like we were saying at the very top of the game, you guys don't necessarily play with each other day in, day out. And also, sometimes you have a tendency to try and do a little bit more in a game like this. You want to try and get yours at times. But we want that. We want to see that. We want to see them showcase what they have to offer. And on this biggest stage here at the Classic.
Back underway, Team Black with the ball, leading by 4. Approach the midpoint of the second quarter. Rouget kicked out to the corner of Mitchell. Rouget down the middle. Round late shot clock. Fires up the 3, misses everything. Tresvant fires it down court. Walton running. Fakes the pass. That's a block. And away come Team Black.
A hell of a block on the defensive possession by Tijan Rouget at the other end all the way to the basket, but can't get the finish. He was a big spark plug for Black in the first as one of those starting guards, and you can imagine that's why Danny Hildreth's put him back in the game to try and get them going again on that offensive side of the ball.
Oh, in real time, I did wonder about goaltend there, but referees were happy with it.
Hey, we can't criticize the referees, and then when they let one go.
Well, Mike Bernard saw the same thing I did, I think. Thought it hit the backboard before the block. And Singley on the turnaround knocks it down.
Great post move. Great post move from the guard into that fadeaway. So patient and great footwork to get to that fadeaway too.
By inside, that's definitely basket interference there, pulling the net. Subs both ways. McAllister coming in for red. Sheehan and Vorliotis for black.
This is a great matchup, McAllister against Rouget.
Inside, ball deflects to Tresvant, has it knocked away. Bayer looking to attack, gets right down the middle and lays it in.
Yeah, just a couple more players that are a little bit more offensively minded on the floor for Black, and they've gone from just 2 in 4.5 minutes to 4 in the last minute of play.
Foul in there. Mabaya, the offender. Mendez going to check in for Tresvant. McAllister at the free throw line, awaiting shots. It's just a regular foul. They're all having a conversation. That's why there's no lineup.
McAllister, the Division II MVP in his pool with the Sussex Storm this year, someone that we faced at Oakland's in the playoff semi-final, and as a U19 player, definitely didn't look out of place going against some of our really experienced guards, and someone who I definitely believe is one of the best under-19 guards in this country at this point in time.
His round. Vorliotis, long 2, knocks it down.
Yeah, patient, recognized whether he had the advantage with Mendez and just pulled the shot.
Mendez spins one way, Vorliotis with the block, and he fights for the rebound. And Black somehow come up with it. Mabaya looking to attack, has it ripped away. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Black. Into round, his shot is short. Rouget spinning to the middle, a tough finish.
I think that's the third tough finish of the game for Tidjane Rouget.
Walton, foul by Round on the floor. Should be a sideline ball.
With someone like Rouget moving up in the scoring, plays for the Ugandan men's national team, like that experience is going to be second to none. Then coming back into playing against your own age group here after being another one that spent the year out at Lee Academy in the USA.
McAllister. Oh, beautiful footwork for the leg.
Unbelievable footwork, undersized guard, and like I was saying before, just showing why he's up there as one of the best guards in the country.
Morliotis. Rouget driving through, plenty of contact, he still lays it in.
How did he get that one to go? It looked like the ball was above his shoulder and he just pushed it off.
McAllister feeds it inside, Gassin close is fouled and will shoot two.
Toby Gass, someone who's had huge amounts of growth over at the City of London Academy. This year was voted the EABL's most improved player, as well as making the South All-Conference team. And then also was fortunate enough to represent the London Lions at the Adidas Next Gen tournament and have that opportunity to play against some of the best on the continent, but just taking huge leaps as a scorer, rebounder, and a threat at that kind of hybrid forward position.
Second one doesn't go. 2 to play here in the first half. Black stretched it back out to 8. Mabaya down the middle. Ooh, clash of heads there at the end of the play. There's a foul in the process. Kufu smashed into his teammate there. Mabaya's going to the line.
Just attack mode anytime Kirby Mabaya gets the ball. Such a tough cover when he gets a head of steam, downhill attacking the rack.
Chance for Black to go back up 10. Shades of the women's game here with Red pulling it back and then Black pulling away again.
Yeah, we said the Reds started on that 10-2 run.
Yeah.
It's then been a 11-6 run for Black since then.
Well, there we go, 3 more. Sabuda right in front of his boys there. They were jumping up.
That's his old teammates from London Stars before he headed out to the US. I'm sure they were excited to see that go through.
And the steal. Kufu just stepped on the line.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times you see that happen when someone tries to catch. I love to just teach the almost like catch the ball with your feet in the air rather than that step back to push and explode. You see that all the time, just so much little space down that sideline. Someone like Abina Akufu always trying to wind up and go and attack the basket.
Brown misses the 3. McAllister. Sabuda, nice pass! And jammed home by Mendez underneath.
2 of the easiest points Mendez is going to see today, and it was all down to Sabuda. Great dump off after drawing the defender and the help.
Round. Lovely pass. It's an open shot, but it's not knocked down by Sheehan. That will stay Red possession.
And they have an opportunity, after we were just saying that Black had gone on a run, to trim it back to a 1-possession game.
Lobbed into Gas. Sabuda trying to make it a 1-point game. Kufu with the offensive rebound. Roget.
Great pass.
And they can't hang on to it though, Black.
Such a great pass from Roget. You could tell by the way the defender reacted, he sold it with his eyes to then thread the needle to the rim runner. Just couldn't get the score.
Well, shot clock is on, but there's very little difference between it and the game clock, so Red can take it pretty much to the buzzer here. Well, they turn it over instead.
That could be a costly turnover. 4-point game, 11 seconds. You can get a good, high-quality shot in this time and have a little bit of momentum.
Particularly when the clock doesn't tick. It's just a little late starting there.
Yeah, if they can get a score here and a little momentum heading into that halftime break, you've got to be feeling pretty comfortable with your head coach, Danny Hildreth.
They're going to tick it back up to 11.3 because the referee blew the whistle before it belatedly started. Vorliotis to inbound. Oh, Kufu with the steal, takes it back, but it's stripped right back. Two great defensive plays.
Who could see Abina Akufu's eyes light up as soon as he got that steal, but Roget just not giving up on the play. No easy scores.
Well, what you don't want to do here is have the ball taken off you in a big highlight dunk, because you know T's running on the court, Stan's running on the court, they're all going mad in the crowds. So he did a wise move of recovering his error. 1.2, timeout is called. Trying to draw something up to get one last score.
Yeah, I have to wonder if we're going to see Zach Tresvant sub in here. Lewis Scott coaches him at Myerscough. You would expect he would have some sort of sideline out of bounds for this sort of situation, exactly for Tresvant, where you have 1 second, can you get it to the rim, but do you have a catch and shoot opportunity as well? So maybe we see that sub, or maybe he's going to go with an opportunity for someone else on this roster. Got a little sneak peek on that one. It looked like there was something to the rim.
Yeah, it did.
Maybe a screen-to-screener action. It doesn't look like Tresvant's going to sub in either.
Well, the last word was with Akufu, whether it's for him or whether he's inbounding the ball. It looks like he might be inbounding the ball. Zabuda. Oh, what a hit on the buzzer. He's got a hand on the defender got a hand on the ball and he somehow forced it in.
I don't think he got a hand on the ball. I think he was fouled. I think he was fouled and still found a way, but the referees, no call, but what a hell of a shot. And executed out of the timeout to make it a one-possession game heading into halftime.
Well, that's an incredible three-point shot on the buzzer when it looked like it wasn't, it was going to be blown up or something, but somehow, some way, he knocks down the shot, and lead that was as many as 12 is only a single point here at halftime. It is Team Red 43, Team Black 44. Well, an incredible second quarter where Team Red outscored Black 24-13 and really given themselves a great position to be in going into the halftime break. 43-44 the score.
Yeah, I think we're finally poised for either team to really take this.
So Liam and I will take a little breather. We'll be back with second half action in a few minutes' time. Well, welcome back to the National Performance Centre here in Crystal Palace. It's a Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. It's quite a game right now, Liam. 44-43 black lead.
Yeah, it's exactly the sort of game we would want for this sort of showpiece event. Both teams back and forward, teams that have gone on runs, and then the other team digs in. And I'm really intrigued to see how this one will kind of shake loose in the second half. I think the other thing that we mentioned before as well is for both of these two head coaches, Danny Hildreth and Lewis Scott, they're going to spend the first 3 quarters figuring out who are the guys that they want on the floor in those late game situations. And so they'll start to have those conversations with their assistant coaches now. And I'm really intrigued what the lineups are going to be that they go to, because theoretically these are the best 24, 25 players that we have in GB at this age group. And so trying to decide 10 of them to see out a ball game is going to be no difficult task.
Because the other thing is, if you played this again next weekend, it'd be a different 10.
It would indeed. And I think the strength that you see across the stat lines, multiple players on 7, 8, 9 points, no index higher than 11 across the ball game, but you have 3 players that are on that. There's so much talent out there on the floor that it's difficult to call at this point who's going to step up, just like we saw in the women's game with Chloe Vella in those late game moments, and really put their stamp on the ball game.
Well, we're almost set to get it back underway. If you're lucky enough to be here, you might get a T-shirt thrown your way, for sure. And I think 1 or 2 people stepped outside to cool down.
Yeah, I wish we would have had the opportunity to as well. It's been an unbelievable day of basketball action, but the more people that are in here, the hotter this place has got. And I think it's only going to keep going in that one direction. Hopefully the encore action follows suit.
Well, the 5s about to make their way out. Court red are already there. Black just having their final few words. And we got 20 minutes more to decide a winner here.
Yeah, not only who's going to decide the winner, but who's going to put their name into Hoopsfix All-Star Classic folklore. Join the likes of Quinn Ellis, Maury Williams, Tosan Bowman. Who's going to join names like that as being someone that we look to in 4 or 5 years' time and say, I remember when they played in the Classic, and just look at what they're doing now.
McAllister. Well, he finished the first half with the 3, nearly got one to start it. Zabuda Mendez able to clean up his own missed shot.
Yeah, and out of the 3 attempts he had, he made the one that was the most difficult of them all.
Team Red in front. Nobody in front since the opening exchanges of the game, but they weren't in front for long. Sanchez for 3.
And this is what we want. We want back and forth basketball. Anything you can do, I can do better. And with these 2 lineups that they got out there right now, the next few minutes is definitely going to be that way.
Well, can we get 3 right back? Kufu misses. Bishop with the rebound. McKee running it back and fakes the alley-oop, lays it in.
Yeah, great timing on that fake as well, because you had Obina Akufu scaring you down.
Zabuda stepping through, and he'll go to the line.
I'm not sure there's many players in the country that would see Akufu under the rim in transition and think I'm still going to go and finish the ball, but Mackie did a hell of a job there. Sold the fake, and then the timing to get to the finish. Akufu couldn't even get off the floor in time.
Zabuda. Oh, they've left him alone, and he makes them pay.
You just can't let that happen. You've seen already Zabuda was 2 for 4. Now you've allowed him to get 3 for 5 from 3, and he's really starting to find his range.
Good hands from Osman to knock it loose, but still got it. Sanchez way off the mark. Immediately turns to his coach to apologize. bump foul by Bishop.
Zabuda with that last score took him to 11 points personal to lead everybody in the ball game, and vast majority coming from the 3-point line, and we should have known after the 3-point contest that was going to be the case.
Mendez down the lane, lays it in. Clement. McKee loses the ball. Mendez says thank you very much. Mendez running down the middle, all the way to the rim, lays it home.
What a job by Mendez. Not only did he have the mismatch with Mackey, the quicker, smaller guard, he got the steal and went coast to coast for the rim.
Sanchez goes inside to Bishop. Mendez knocks it loose and foul is called.
Yeah, Mendez moves on to 11 points, 5 rebounds. Someone that's really stepping up for Team Red to give them the lead early on in this second half.
Lobbed into Bishop. Bishop short on that one. Oh, it's stolen away by Sanchez, who lays it home.
We've seen that so much today. Teams come up with the ball underneath their own basket and either turn it over or lose it. And the opposite teams have been able to capitalize.
McAllister snaking his way to the rim. There's Mackey. Kicked out. No good on the 3, though, is Oates. Mackey can't knock it down from deep either. Mendez. Hoffman. Off the mark. Sanchez trying to find Bishop. Somehow he does. Bishop can't lay it home. It's tipped out of bounds. They will keep possession of the ball.
I don't know how that pass found a way to get through, but Bishop somehow came up with the ball. Just probably needed a little bit more patience around the rim, but he's known for his interior scoring presence. He's been able to stretch his game out to the 3-point line. Had the pleasure of coaching him with GB at the U16 Euros last summer, and he was such a focal point for our offense that you would bank on him getting a score in and around the basket like that.
Sheehan gets it back to Sanchez. Knocked out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock. Mitchell poked away. 4 on the clock. They've still got it, Black. Mitchell will go to the line.
Gavin, one of the players I've had the privilege of coaching for the last 2 years over at Oakland's, and someone that came to us as an undersized 5-man and has really developed and enhanced his game to be more of a 4, play out on the perimeter, and had a huge season in both the EABL and with our men's roster. So incredibly proud that he gets the opportunity to be able to play on this platform.
Has he grown in 2 years? He doesn't look undersized for a 5.
I mean, he's 6'7", so
maybe
at the next level,
next level maybe.
He is a little undersized. So we've kind of developed his 3-point shot. He's had a hell of a year in the EABL. He was all-conference team for the 2nd year in a row, and really excited about what he can do over the next kind of 12 to 18 months as well.
Here's Walton. Hoffman. Pass is a little low. Sanchez comes away with it. Mitchell is out in front. Clement keeps it for himself and lays it home. Babalola kicks it out to the corner. Stepped on the line.
And it's a Kufu again.
Banjoko checking in. Clement down the lane, got a shove, and he'll get a free throw as well. Fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, great finish from Kelvin Clement. He's another one of those guys that was part of that London Lions team that went to the Adidas Next Gen tournament, heading out to Putnam Science Academy next year, and has been really achieving at the highest levels for both Manchester Giants and Xaverian College up in the Northwest.
Converts the three-point play. Black back up by 5. Hoffman spins, still spinning, and scores.
Very patient in the paint there, Hoffman. Had multiple opportunities, but composed himself and got to the higher percentage finish.
Oh, stolen away. Walton with his hand in the passing lane. Pushing it back. Nowhere to go, since that's to Babalola. Babalola to the spin. Mitchell with the rebound. Ripped away by Hoffman. A bit of jump ball.
Yeah, those two had a couple of battles in the EABL this year, Hoffman and Mitchell. In the games when we played against Itchen, they've done a hell of a job over at that program. And Jakob Hoffman, someone that's benefited from being there. His development over the last couple of years has been huge. Someone that you can just plug and play in almost any situation.
Midway through period number 3 here at Crystal Palace. Black leading red by 3, but the turnover gives the ball back to Team Red.
I think this quarter's been so much more back and forth, though. It's been extremely competitive. I still wouldn't know what way either head coach is going to go with their closing lineups and who they want on the floor to try and get that W.
Babalola backs away for 3. A little short. Here's Hoffman again trying to make a nuisance of himself, and he does so to effect. And Drew is able to lay it in. Sanchez trying to get past Babalola is fouled. Sanchez short on the 3. Banjoko with the rebound. Walton down the middle. Oh, shifty little move, but he couldn't lay it in. Here's Clement out in front, and he'll lay it home.
Great assist as well from Calvin Oates.
Oh, it's through the hands of Babalola, and a big collision. Which way is this going? It's going against Sanchez.
Yeah, they're definitely familiar, Babalola and Sanchez. They would have competed against each other multiple times when Manchester Magic went up against Myerscough this year in both the EABL and Division 1. Two of the real standout performers in the EABL this year.
Hoffman through the foul. We'll go to the line for a free throw.
Yeah, great patient finish from Hoffman. Played through the contact. Didn't get him off balance, found a way to still control, compose, and then get the ball up and off the basket to head to the free throw line for the bonus point. And an opportunity to tie it up at 59 apiece.
Which he takes. Again, there's another one where there's nearly a turnover under the basket. That's not the best of passes. Oates is able to pull it in. Sheehan puts it on the floor, knocked away. It'll stay black ball. Colo and Vorliotis will check in.
Yeah, I like this lineup for Team Black here.
Well, Vorliotis straight onto the court and onto the score sheet.
Yeah, another one that's been out in the US last year. Someone that typically can stretch the floor from free, but easy score at the rim that time.
Sheehan was out of bounds. That'll go back the other way. Tresvant and Curran into the game. They combine to get it in. Babalola loses the ball. Tresvant finds it, but it's ripped away. Pass kicked out in front. Sheehan can't pull it in. And it's deflected out of bounds. Will stay black.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Calvin Oates so far. He won the CBL Finals MVP, but he's displayed an ability to really look for that hit-ahead pass, find his teammates when they're running in transition, and trying to facilitate as much as he possibly can do. He's been a little bright spot for Black.
Vorliotis. Well, that's his shot. Doesn't go down. Babalola at full speed. I think he got fouled twice there. The second one is called on Vorliotis.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a couple in there. Such an athlete that when he's coming downhill with a head of steam like that, he's just so difficult to stop. And he has control and composure to get to those finishes as well. It isn't just raw athleticism. He's really disciplined at being able to get to the best finish for him in those situations. And we've seen him do it on both the EABL level in NBL Division 1, and then he earned that call up to play SLB with Manchester Basketball as well, and had limited opportunities, but in the opportunities that he's had, has been able to display the same.
Certainly has. Here's Oates. Well, Mitchell ends up on the deck, looks at one ref then the other, and all he sees is red ball.
Yeah, he knows better than that in that moment. he needs to be a moving screen in that moment. He'll get the ball back on the pick and pop. We talk about that daily.
Here's Babalola. Tresvant has it stolen away by Vorliotis. Makolo along the baseline. Sheehan looking for three. In and out. Good work from Vorliotis to keep that alive. Vorliotis now looking for three and finding it.
There he goes. That's that first one to drop. And like we said before, someone averaging 42% from three-point range this season, 14 points per game, so definitely shooting at a high clip. The former Manchester Magic product.
Babalola throws it out the back door to Curran, driving hard. Tresvant was ready and waiting for a missed shot, and he's got his reward.
Yeah, great patient finish from Tresvant. Such a towering presence down there.
Here's Tresvant in the open court. Gets it to Hoffman. Too strong. Tresvant trying to clean up again. Hoffman is somehow still in play there on the baseline.
And again, a composed finish for Hoffman. Didn't rush into that finish, took his time, found the gap, and got the finish.
Mitchell in the corner for three, a little short. This game showing no signs of slowing in pace. Red will get themselves into a half court for once. Curran drives, finds a gap and lays it in.
That's a crafty finish from Curran. He got the mismatch he wanted and took his time to get to the layup.
Voliotis, oh, there's a shoe, but Babiolo's lost his shoe.
That's the second time this game. First one was Kirby Mabaya. These guys.
They need to tie them up, to maybe get Velcro, and then they won't have that problem. Wakolo splashes the mid-range jump shot.
Big fan of Andrew Wakolo and his game. He averaged 13 points a game and 10.5 rebounds.
Lobbed up to Trezvan. Oh, it just kind of hit the rim. Sheehan looking for three. He's had a couple rim out like that.
Yeah, and you typically bank on those.
Single misses. Hoffman with the rebound. Doesn't go. Again, shot clock and game clock almost identical, but Oates takes it right down the middle. Hoffman down court will lay it in. Sheehan.
3 to tie here.
Wakolo trying to do that. Doesn't quite get the friendly bounce. That will do it for the third quarter, so it is Team Red that will go into the last 10 minutes, leading here by 3. Very ebb and flow, and you just wonder as well, that just looks like the odd sign of fatigue as well, even though they're doing short, sharp bursts.
Yeah,
just that last minute looked a little tired.
Yeah, they did. Down 1 at the half to be up by 3 heading into the fourth. They're exactly where they want to be, but you're right, Dan. I think the humidity and the heat in here, as well as the pace that these guys are playing at, it's going to be about who can really power through that. And I know the coaches have done as good of a job as they possibly can do to rotate both experienced coaches that have had highly successful seasons this year, and they'll want to finish the season on a high with a win here as well. So intrigued to see how quickly they rotate through to keep guys fresh for this last 10 minutes. And like we've been saying, who are they going to go to in those moments as well? We've started to see a couple step up. Zabuda had a great start. Mendez started that quarter really well for Red. But then we've also seen Voliotis come into his own. Clement and Sanchez start to score the ball for Team Black. So intrigued to see who now starts to continue to separate themselves.
Well, Black are straight out there. They're still doing the competition. It's a straight sprint. I think the little kid in the black t-shirt has speed to burn. He's just checking over his shoulder. I think he's just won himself a pair of shoes. Hopefully they're his size. If not, he'll grow into them.
The other player that I think has had a huge performance that third quarter, Jakob Hoffman. He's 1 point away from a double-double already in the ball game and an index of 14. And he started to kind of get into a rhythm and show what he's capable of for Team Red.
Well, 10 minutes to play here in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2026, the 12th edition. And you have to say, we've had 1 3/4 very good games, really tight all the way through, ebbed and flowed.
Yeah, we want to be in a ball game when it gets into that last couple of minutes. We've been really fortunate today. The women's game was a hell of a game, and this one doesn't look like it's going to disappoint either.
Trezvan misses the mid-range. There was a foul on the rebound on Zabuda. Brown, McKee, short, Trezvan with the rebound. That's Inglot. Zabuda off the handoff. Gets into the key, and he's looking to take over again.
Yeah, great patience, and then that little push shot to finish.
Mabaya spinning, out to round, 3 doesn't go. short. Bishop just about keeps it in play. Mbaye off the mark. Trezvan trying to get it. With the rebound. Round, his shot is blocked. Trezvan got a little piece of that. Mendes, great defensive chase back. It'll stay with red though.
Are we in the last 9 minutes or the last 2 minutes here? That was
like
a frantic 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Kufu behind the screen. Three is a little short. Bishop just tips it away. Mabaya. Brown. Somehow gets through the gap and tosses it in.
Yeah, Round struggled to get going a little bit from the field, but seeing the ball go through the basket like that, he's someone that you would expect Team Black to lean on as this game gets closer and closer.
Zabuda looking for three more, and he hits nothing but net.
He's really starting to heat up from downtown now.
Well, I think the best thing that happened to him was having his boys in the front row there, jacking him up. Lobbed up, it's way too high.
And a little giggle as well from Olivier Singley. Bina Akufu's athletic, but not quite that
not
athletic.
Quite that. Oh, that's a big old screen from Bishop. Flop warning is given. And there's a three in the corner for Mabaya. Singley running it back. Big old step to the rim. Mendes is denied. Foul is called.
Blocked by his teammate, Kirby Mabaya, who disappointed at the foul call because knowing Kirby, he wouldn't have let him hear the end of that one.
Well, I think it might come up in conversation anyway.
Mendes' chance to make it more than a one-possession game. And he does so as well.
Mendes pushes it out to 5. Round behind the screen, hits the three.
Finally gets one to go. That's 1 for 8 from 3-point to Round. Does that one open the floodgates now and find a way for Black to keep chipping away?
Trezvan looking to reply. Mendes again on the offensive glass and the putback.
And he got all the way up for that offensive rebound. Second chance points to keep their lead above 4.
Mbaye through the contact, going from one basket to the other and laying it home.
One thing Kirby Mabaya is he's a spark plug. In those moments, scores like that and one plays, they're huge momentum shifters. And that might be the spark that Team Black need.
Wakolo and Clement return for Team Black.
Yeah, and interestingly, they're going small compared to Team Red, who are pretty big at the minute with Trezvan and Mendes out there. You say Mabaya is a typical wing. Wakolo very similar. That kind of like 3, sometimes 4 position. So it's small versus big at the moment as these two coaches try to find a way to play the game of chess and outsmart each other.
Clement commits the foul. Gas is going to return for Trezvan. Zabuda at the elbow. Kufu with the foul.
I just love it. Doesn't matter what type of game it is. These guys are so competitive. They're still disagreeing with calls. They're still out here competing, trying to find a way to win. You know that there's bragging rights at stake when these guys next see each other.
Well, nothing quite gets the juices flowing like a 2-point game with 6 to play. Stolen away. Mendez with the good hands. Kufu! Oh my goodness! Roget is fouled.
That might have been the highlight of Hoopsfix All-Star Classics.
Finish the game and go home on that.
I remember the Kyle Carey dunk back at the Brixton Rec that has kind of just kept blowing up for years on years. That would have been up there with that.
Round 2 inbound. Oh, he's thrown it off the back, little cheeky one. Well, that might have grazed the rim, but no more than that. A single. Kufu. Oh, it somehow ends up in Mendez's hands and he jams it home.
Yeah, great job from Mendez. Didn't get it on the cut. Found the way to get to the ball, but powered up for such a strong finish.
Stolen away. The Kufu out in front. He will jam it home this time. And Team Red taking some control here in the 4th quarter. Black forced into a timeout.
And Lewis Scott just giving us a little wry smile next to us here at the commentary booth. It's such a high-level play from a Kufu, and they're those momentum shifters. So you're forced into that timeout now to try and counter it, but we're similar to what we said in the women's game. You have those timeouts. You don't necessarily want to use them all the time, but in a game this close, it's an opportunity to try and find a way to pull it back.
Well, it is just a touch of momentum. Sometimes that's all you need, particularly at this stage of the game. And, well, Tony Hildreth is going to have to try and find something to switch that back round in this timeout. (82-76) with 5:42 to go.
Yeah, you've got a few players on double digits for Team Black. Kevin Mabayo with 16, Kelvin Clement, Junior Sanchez, both on 11 apiece. I think you're probably going to see all 3 of them on the floor. You know, there's multiple ways to score and get something to get your offense going again a little bit.
Well, much of Team Red's points have come off the bench. 62 bench points of their 82. All their bench players have scored. Not all of their starting 5 have. Doesn't happen very often. Colo gets it for Team Black, needing a response out of this timeout. Oh, miscommunication there. It's like the original, because the original handoff didn't happen, they kind of got lost in that play.
Yeah, they're the ones that during the season I know would really frustrate you as a coach out of a timeout, but in games like this, you can't get too annoyed.
Lasingle trying to back down on round. His stance is gone. Zabuda misses a 3. It's been red hot in the second half. Round. Sanchez drives, kicks, Clement in the corner. Ball bats it up and down. Mendez comes away with it. Akufu, oh, just too strong. But Glass is there to stick it back.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's good at, Toby Gas. Trying to clean up and just, again, keep chipping away.
Round for 3.
And after seeing that first one go through, that's 2 now.
It's really that one in the lane where he got that little shot to go, and then suddenly it's like the basket becomes a little bigger. The Khufu down the lane is fouled.
Yeah, you're starting to see a couple of guys separate themselves, just like we did in the women's game, with demanding the ball in certain moments and looking to be a little bit more aggressive. Khufu's definitely been more aggressive when he's got the catch over the last few possessions. And like we said, Round starting to heat up and find his range and his rhythm, which might make for a really interesting storyline.
Khufu off the mark on the free throw. Second one is good. Round. Clement doesn't go. Mendes again on the rebounds, but he's crowded out of the ball in the end. Cornelius just couldn't keep it in play.
And Mendes' eyes lit up in transition, but didn't realize that trail defender was right there, and just got the deflection out of bounds.
Khufu spins one way, then the other. Finds just enough room to get that to go.
That's an incredibly athletic move from Khufu.
Well, that's been their option. Oh, it's gone out of bounds. That's a mistake. It feels like that's been Black's option in recent times down, just to drive and a kick to a corner 3, but they haven't made enough of those threes. They've been decent looks.
Yeah, just 8 for 36, but I think we saw in a women's game as well. This sometimes tough gym to come into and shoot.
Round in the corner. He's certainly not found it tough to shoot in the fourth quarter. Curran. Mendes. Oh, he's found some room. He's hit the bottom of the board, gets his own rebound. Hell ball.
Yeah, good patient footwork from Mendes, but I think he just such a tension and attraction on that move that probably should have been a kick out to a teammate for either a catch and shoot free or a closeout to attack to try and put more pressure on the rim.
Well, there's just some debate as to whose possession it is on the arrow. Just throw it up, let them jump. We don't have to play FIBA rules. We can play EuroLeague rules if we want. Let's have the jump ball. Vorliotis lines up a deep 3. It's off the mark. Comes down in the hand of Round. In between two players is Curran. He's got teammates with him. Throws it off the backboard. That's arguably an unsportsmanlike there. I don't know if you call unsportsmanlike in a game like this.
Even to hear stepping off the court,
it is
unsportsmanlike.
It is. 2 in possession. Did look like an unsportsmanlike to me.
Yeah, I don't think you would get away with that one at any point.
Yeah. The other, Tahir's doing that because his job is to hype the crowd up. So 2 in possession, this could be down to a 2-point game with 2:42 to go. That's why Tahir's out there.
You got to respect the hustle.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah. Sanchez to first one doesn't go. Well, 1 or 2 just trying to put him off, and it works.
Yeah, Sanchez had such a hot start to the game as well. He could be someone that gets it going again in this last 2 minutes 42.
And they need somebody in a black shirt for sure. Bayer has the chair pulled and called for the travel.
That's actually the scout on Kevin Mabai. He wants to get downhill, he wants to create contact, he wants to play through it and use his strength and athleticism. So if you can avoid that, it's going to throw him off balance a little bit.
Well, it's just a bit of perspiration on the floor. In the old days with the pool, it'd be all over the floor.
Yeah, we are lucky that the pool is out of action at the moment, because I think this place would be unbearable in this heat if that pool was still there.
I've been here Saturday night for the Towers games in the early 2000s. Stolen away by Round, running it back, lays it in.
2-possession game.
Still a chance. This is a big shot. Babalola for 3. Huge shot with just over 2 to go.
Huge shot, and for Team Black, it's the sort of shot you don't want to give up, just as you've got a great opportunity to trim away at that lead.
Ruda comes up with it. Do they take their time? No, they, it was the right pass.
Coach Lewis Scott just right in front of us, still encouraging that pass because it was a great decision. Just couldn't wrap it up and get to the easy finish.
Rouget down the key, has to throw it high, gets hit, and he'll go to the line for a bonus. This one is still in the balance with 100 seconds to play.
That's a huge, huge possession for Team Black. And Tijan Rouget, we spoke early on in the game, such an ability to score the ball, so shifty with the ball. He can get to the rim, he can pull up from mid-range, that drawing that contact, getting that finish, an opportunity to make it a 4-point game with 1 minute 40 left to play.
Well, I think Mendes has fouled out, has he? Must confess, in a game like this, I don't normally pay attention to the fouls because there's not normally enough for somebody to foul out.
No, and that's a big loss, fouling out with 17 points and 9 rebounds. He's been a real threat for them in the paint and come up with some big second chance opportunities as well.
Well, Babalola gets an important defensive rebound. It stays 5 points between them.
Mendes actually leading the game in efficiency at the moment, so he's been the standout player for either team.
Nice attack there. McAllister getting to the rim, pushing it back to 7. Rouget doing everything. Can't quite get it to go, though. Oh, but it's nearly turned over. Babalola's able to keep possession. Here's Gas down the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws.
Yeah, Rouget just trying to make something happen. I think maybe a little bit too much on that last possession. It commanded so much respect from 3 defenders. There's opportunities to facilitate, but you can't fault it. He is not shy of the big moment and has played on the highest stage, like we said, with the Ugandan national team. So he's going to want the ball and an opportunity to try and claw his team back into the game.
Well, you feel like now with 1:07 to go, Red have probably withstood the storm. Subs both ways. Okolo taking it hard to the chest of Trezvan. But Red come away with it. Curran being harassed and knocked away. Mabaya right into his coach's hands, but well, Danny Hildreth could hit a shot in his day.
Yeah, and he looked ready to run the break on that one there as well.
McAllister stolen away. Oh, can Round keep it in play? He can. He's got to hit this. He does hit it. 6 now with 30 seconds to play.
Force a turnover.
Oh, they have forced a turnover. Mabaya lays it in. It's a 4-point game with 25 seconds to play. They need a foul to stop.
The one time you want a travel call.
Well, everybody in black was asking for a travel, and the referee's called a foul. Well, they should be okay, 94-90. You're in that situation where you should win the game with 22 seconds to go, but stranger things have happened. It's going to be a 2-possession game, whatever happens here. Mabaya trying to get the crowd to make some noise. Curran makes the first. I almost think in that situation, there was a timeout call, by the way. You're almost better to miss that one, the second one, because it's a 5-point game, it's a live ball, they can't draw up a play, they can't advance the ball, the clock ticks a little quicker. I mean, nobody deliberately misses a free throw in that situation, but if it happened to come out, you're probably better off.
Yeah, for sure, but I think in a game like this, we want to see what they can do out of this timeout and who you might look to go to if you're Team Black. You're going to need some sort of threat from long range, and we've said Ethan Round's got going a little bit from 3 after a slow start. You've got Vorliotis there. You've got Sean Mackey, who hasn't really done much from 3-point range, but you have guys that can make 3-point shots.
Sanchez hit a few early on.
Yeah. So intrigued again to see what they can do out of this, but you're right, you don't want to give the opposition an opportunity to draw something up, but it could make it a really interesting game to finish. I mean, for our sake, we'd love for them to make this one and turn it over again, right? Just for the drama.
And earlier, when I was talking to you about sporting drama, you weren't interested in it. Hey? Here we go then.
I'll take drama in the Classic. I'm taking no drama in the Premier League.
I don't think there's been any of them. The ball will be advanced into the front court. Team Black trying to come up with a play to make it interesting. They've got to score here. They kind of need a 3. Whatever it is, it needs to be quick. Okolo goes for 2, doesn't go. Trezvan is able to grab the rebound. He loses the ball. Mabaya is fouled by Trezvan. And all he has to do there is find a teammate. But there is still an opportunity here for Team Black.
You got a couple of rebounders on Team Black. Can we get them in? Make the first, miss the second, rebound, kick out 3 maybe.
Well, they probably need the 2 points though, don't they? That's the problem. He's got to make the first. He does make the first. Well, he said inbound press up, so they're not missing the second, or he's not deliberately doing it. And he makes them both.
And we get a trap here. Can we trap?
Oh, Trevan's thrown a risky pass. It's touched nobody. It's out of bounds, and it's a black ball.
That'll be back on the baseline because there was no touch, so they'll get an opportunity on the baseline to make it a 2-point game.
I don't know what he was thinking there, throwing it the length of the court. The clock didn't tick. You give it back to them on the baseline, they can make it a one-shot game.
They're looking for Mackey.
It's back to Round. Round. Shot is blocked. And that will surely be that now. Babalola came up with it.
Great job from Curran. Round tried to get some sort of separation to get himself on balance, but just couldn't shake Curran, who was right in his pocket to contest that shot. That might be the winning block.
So Babalola at the line. Doesn't make a massive difference if he makes them both, but it just keeps a little bit of interest for Team Black. He makes the second. There's going to be another timeout to advance the ball.
There still might just be enough time on the clock. You definitely need a quick catch and shoot in this situation.
Well, best case scenario is you somehow find a three, knock it down. That'll take 2.5 seconds probably. So there might be 5 seconds left. Bit more than that maybe. And then you've got to force a turnover.
Yep. The other thing that we haven't even spoken about yet, Dan, is if Team Red do secure this, who do we think is in that MVP conversation? For me, there's at least 2 or 3 players that no one's really massively stood out, but have definitely stepped up. I think Josh Mendez is one of those with 17 and 9, but fouled out quite early.
Zavuda as well got hot.
And Babalola as well, quiet. I say quiet, but 13 and 9. There's been definitely a team performance for Team Red.
Here we go then. Well, Red probably should have this in the books by now, but they've just given Black a little bit of interest. Round gets it in. Mabaya backs away for 3. Not quite. Curran with the rebound, he gets away, and that will do it. And Team Red have won here. What a great game. 2 great games today. Both of them right into the balance, and both coming down to the last couple of plays.
Yeah, just such a great advert for British basketball. And it shows you just the breadth and depth of talent in this country to have 2 such competitive games. And you always want that in a showpiece event like this. And it's great to see the way that the game's played, the way that both coaches have coached this game. It's a meaningful game, but they've also allowed everybody to get an opportunity. It's just been a great day all round, and one for Team Black and one for Team Red.
So that balances it out. So the last question to be answered is about MVP. And we had a reasonable idea in the women's game. We're not quite certain in this one.
Yeah, I think it was a standout one for Chloe Vela in the women's game. Right now, my gut is telling me probably Josh Mendez. I think he made a real impact on the game, stepped up when Team Red needed some scoring. He got the job done at the defensive end, rebounded the ball really well, and they almost let it slip when he fouled out of the game. So Mendez would be my bet, but I couldn't call it.
Well, Tyrese Lacey knows what it's like to put a star performance on this court. And he's going to hand out the MVP award.
He really did put in a star performance on this court as well.
It's interesting. You can see on his face he had no idea what his numbers were. Was it me? And then he heard 5 fouls and he knew it was him.
Such an unassuming, great young man as well. Well-deserved MVP for Josh Mendes.
Well, a tremendous effort and really sort of brought the energy in the key, rebounding, using his strength. Again, did what was in his skill set.
Yeah, he did, and he's definitely grown and developed this year at Barking Abbey, and someone that can also play in transition a little at that forward position. Another one that's kind of gone through a transition from 5 to a 4, able to play both, and a great way to cap off the end of his season, taking home MVP honors here for Team Red.
Well, there you go. You can see how pleased both his teammates and his opponents are for him in winning that award. And a thoroughly deserved MVP award for Josh Mendes. And another great day here at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, the 12th edition of it, and just a really good event once again.
Yeah, and just a massive shout out to Sam Nita and all the rest of the team, because they continue to raise the bar and raise the standard for British basketball, and they also provide such a great opportunity for British kids on this level to have this platform and have this event. So huge shout out and a thank you to those guys as well.
Well, a really good performance from Josh Mendes. He's on his way to our interview point, so Stan will have him any second now, and we'll be able to hear from our most valuable player of the game in this victory for Team Red over Team Black. Well, he's down there on the baseline now, and we can hear from him.
And we are courtside with your MVP for the men's game. Wow, Josh Mendes, what a fantastic game. You came in there during the second half and you made a big impact to your team. What are your immediate thoughts after holding the MVP trophy right now?
Honestly, it feels amazing, man. Like, the teammates really support me all the way, man. So I'm really grateful for the experience and blessed, man. So I have to give all glory to God at the end of the day, man.
A real efficient game, 7 of 11 from the field, 17 points and 9 boards. Tell the people, where can we be seeing you next after this year? Because this is your last year at Barking, right?
Yes, this is my last year at Barking, so I'm going to be playing Division 2 basketball at Midwestern State University. So I'm looking forward to go there, and when I'm going to see myself develop as a player and just try to see how high I can go at basketball player.
That's amazing, Josh. Thank you so much for joining us for this interview. And more importantly, congratulations on your MVP and good luck in the next stage of your career.
From him, and we wish him well for his collegiate career as it is to come. As I say, that's where you start these days. That doesn't mean you're going to be there for 4 years. Could go anywhere in the way modern NCAA, and I'm sure he will develop as he goes as well.
Coach, an incredible year for you. EABL champions, 3x3 Academy champions, and now you have head coached the men's All-Star Classic team to a victory. Give us your thoughts on this season as well as this game.
Well, first of all, it's been a long season. It's been tough. Had its ups and downs for sure, like behind the scenes. but I feel really good. And you know, the biggest thing is thanks to everyone, the kids, the guys back at college, the Hoopsfix staff for running this event. It's great. You know, for me, it's a great achievement, but we're just like a little stepping stone, really. It's about the boys and what they do next. So I'm happy that we've been able to play a small part in what happens for them.
I mean, we had several of your players playing in today's All-Star game, but tell us, is there any standout performances or people that caught your eye that you think anyone out there should be keeping an eye for in the future?
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Sorry, I said, is there anyone from the Classic today, from the two teams that played, or even on your team that stood out for you, or people that you should be looking out for in the future?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think across both teams, you've seen the talent was really high. But I think, obviously, in the black team, I think Tejan stood out really well. Ethan Round had a heck of a second half. You know, put the team on his back a little bit. It was quite really impressive. And then, obviously, Mendez, you know, deserves his reward for the game today. He was, you know, changed his attitude to the game in the second half. It was fantastic. And then, you know, Emilis was another level player as well today. So out of those guys who would stand out, they're the ones to watch.
Thank you so much, Coach. Once again, congratulations on your Classic win, and good luck next season at Myers-Co.
Well, a victorious coach, very happy with the performance of his team and indeed everybody here today. We've been delighted to be here, Liam. Final thoughts, another great day in the books.
Another great day in the books, yeah, and like I said at the very start, kicks off the summer schedule now, so excited to get into the Hoopsfix Pro-Am and all the other events and national team activities that come in over the summer. It's not the end for British basketball. We go into a different calendar, but one hell of a way to end the season and start that summer season. So just fortunate to be involved and love being the opportunity to be able to work with you again today, Dan.
Well, whatever you're doing this summer, folks, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you keep locked on to Hoopsfix. Follow the Pro-Am, follow everything that's going on across the summer in British basketball. But for now, we will say goodbye, and we'll see you again very soon.